next story actually reads sort of like a movie. This guy actually escaped his home country of Iran on a horse. Anybody here have to escape his country on a horse? You did, eh, sir? Yes. Came to this country after having to run through a few other ones with a lot of money in his pocket, a whole $100. No language, no friends. Today, he's a big success. His offices all over the world. He partners with sick kids. His company's called SCF Marketing, and he's currently partnered with Unique Wealth. Ladies and gentlemen, very, very remarkable individual, Mr. Hadi Hosseni. Warm welcome.
We used to be competitors way back in the day, in the direct sales business or door to door. And yeah, so we did it too. We did it. And when I met Hadi, I was actually totally taken by his story, and I was actually intending to have you come out to the first Creation Zone, but now we're fortunate to have you come to this one. Thank you. So, Hadi, please share a little bit of your story.
I was forced to leave the country that I was born, and my family, and my mom, and my dad, and everybody that I knew, everybody that I grew up with. I was forced to leave it because I started asking questions in school. And the question that I was asking, my mom said, "Hey, be careful, your tongue can cost your head because you're asking too much questions." I asked a question that why is the price of salt is high? Why is the price of sugar is so low now? Why is this? Why is that? So I was forced to leave school. They called my parents to the school board one day, and they said, it's either he has to go to army for a year or he's suspended. He can't come back to school. So literally within 1 week, I had to make a choice of going to army, which my parents didn't want me to go, or leave the country. I love horseback riding. Horseback riding is my passion. I love it. They wouldn't give me a passport at a time because I had to serve 2 years in the army before the government of Iran would be able to give me a passport. But I was blessed enough to get introduced to some good people, and they helped me out. Yes, I ran away on the horse. In the middle of the night, through the mountain. In the daytime, we had to rest. At nighttime, we had to ride. It was fun. It was really fun. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was really fun.
That sounds like a picnic, for sure.
Well, you know, 18 hours. I went back to Iran after 14 years to see my parents and my mom and my sister, which I love so much. She was 3 when I left Iran, and she was 16 when I went back.
Wow.
So we didn't have a relationship, but...
But I want to backtrack for a second. You said you didn't have a passport.
No.
So how'd you get across the border?
From Iran?
Yeah.
I had to run with a horse through the border. We had to run away through the mountains of Iran, not get caught, and just run through the border to Turkey. It was a point that we had to be laid in the back of a truck, pickup truck, and I still sometimes hear the bullets because we had to keep our head down, and I heard the shooting, like you hear it, it's just by your eye, by your head, and there's like 4 or 5 of us in a truck, and everybody's asking, "Are you okay? You okay?" "Yeah, we're okay." So they got us out. And 18 hours flight that I took back to see my parents it took me 9 months to get to Canada. I went to Turkey, I went to most of Europe, went to Malaysia, Philippines, went to South Africa, Johannesburg, went to Argentina, Brazil, total 26, 27 countries that I had to go through as a 14-year-old with a fake passport. My name actually was Henry. It wasn't Hadi, because Hadi is a Muslim name, and I'm from Iran. Henry.
How you doing, bud?
Awesome.
Hey.
And everybody said, "Why don't you change your name?" I said, "Hey, I don't want to change my name. It's my name. It's Hadi. It's who I am. I'm not going to change my name. If people are going to know me, they're going to know me." But it was really good because that, right in the early age, my mom, who inspired me to do anything, and my family who inspired me to do anything, my mom was the first woman that opened a private school in Iran. So at a very young age, I was just introduced to entrepreneurship, and being able to see that hard work pays off. And being a woman in Iran, wanting to do something on your own is really hard. It's not easy. And I take pride to say my mom was the first woman that opened a private school in Iran. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so you finally get to Canada, climate adjustment.
Oh, absolutely. Wow, it was amazing just because I came here on January 4th, 1996. And when I entered the country, I was in Calgary.
Oh.
For some reason, they said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm here to ski." They're like, "Where's your ski stuff?" I was like, "I'm gonna buy it, or my friends are gonna give it to me." They're like, "Okay, how much money you have? Like on you? You're here to ski?" I was like, $125. They're like, "Okay." I was like, "My family's gonna come see me. Don't worry, you know, we're gonna be fine." I was like, "How's the weather out?" They're like, "Oh, it's really good for skiing. You'll be fine." I was like, "Okay, great." I was like, "Awesome." So I go out and it was minus 35. The wind just pushed me back to the door. I was like, "Oh, welcome to Canada. Awesome." Because I didn't have anybody here, we just had some family friends here that they came earlier, guys age of 24, 25. And I moved in with 9 guys in a 1.5 bedroom apartment in Toronto. Pay pen down for it.
Oh, is that right?
That's right. So 9 guys in 1.5 bedroom apartment. It was really tough because my friends had to study in the bathtub because that's the quietest place that they would get in the house. And then, you know, slowly just being introduced to life and learning that, you know, you have to work and you have to keep up with school. ESL, that's the only thing I graduated here was the ESL classes. English as a second language, not knowing the language and everything. It was a life experience that I think I got to make me who I am and give me purpose because.
So you went to the ESL classes, and so how did you ultimately get into your career? So what did you do for work? How'd you pay for the classes?
I was working in drive-through, country style and Tim Hortons. Drive-through country style and Tim Hortons was my first job, and I was like, "Oh, dude, there's no way I can do this. Like, no way, I'm just gonna put that hairnet." Not that there's nothing wrong with it, please. I respect everybody for doing what they do for work, as long as they're working. My mom taught me something. She said, "You're ready to fly. One thing that I want to teach you is work for your money and make sure the money that you bring into your house and the money that you get to your hand, it's a money that you work for really hard, so you earn it." So I was in welfare for around 8 to 9 months. I feel really bad for some reason, just going there and not doing anything and just getting paid. And I was like, okay, like I can't do this. Like that's not me. So I started just looking at businesses and going to school. So my mom was very big in education. She's a teacher. Excuse me. She's a teacher, so she's very big in education. So one sole purpose of picking Canada was because it was great for horseback riding. It was great for skiing, that I loved. And education in Canada was amazing. So I applied for, I finished my ESL classes. I have my diploma from Iran. So I applied for York University. I got accepted into Schulich. And I found out as an international student, I have to pay 3 times more because I couldn't get any loans or OSAP because I'm a refugee. I wasn't a landed immigrant or I wasn't a Canadian citizen. I was like, okay, that's like $60,000. There's no, I don't have it. I got like $42 in my account. Like, that's it. Like, I don't know. But it was amazing because I said, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go work. And I pick up a newspaper and I see an ad in a newspaper and that says, catch the wave. Catch the wave. Where do we go? Surfing? I like surfing. I like waves. And I started going door to door. I started going door to door selling Cedar Spring balls of water.
Oh, Cedar Springs.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
And within a year into the business, I was introduced. Actually, I got a gift here because Noel here has coached and helped me with his conversations. And please give it up for Noel. He's amazing what he does.
Thanks.
There were some conversations and the coaching that I got from Noel and all the people who were in the office, and I gained some experience, and I looked at this business as we knock on doors, and this is an opportunity, I can do this. So within the first year, I built a team of 10 to 15 people around me. Going out there and talking to people was really hard just because of my accent. As you guys hear, I have an accent. So imagine 9 years ago, it was really hard. I had to work really hard just for people to understand me, just for people to understand what I'm trying to say to them. And
one thing I just want to mention is that what Hadi's done is adapt. And a lot of, I remember watching the movie Pirates of Silicon Valley with Bill Gates, and there was a time when his company was going into a bit of trouble, and this is when Apple was just coming out with their new systems, and he said, adapt or die. And the truth is that when you're forced, when you're put in a position where you have to do something, you make things happen. So at the end of the day, or you can cower in the corner and you can stand and you can ask people for money. It's up to you, right? So at the end of the day, he made a choice. Some people may not like that statement, but at the end of the day, the only difference between the person on the street and the person in an executive office is the way we think. That's the only thing separating us from the people on the street. And you could have been on the street, but you chose to work.
Absolutely. Some of my friends, I can't say most of my friends, they still keep doing what they're doing. They still live on welfare. They're happy at their lives, and they're happy at what they have. And it's the actions that you take towards what you want to achieve. When I came to the business of door-to-door, when I got that piece of paper in my hand, and they said, okay, write a name, phone number, address, and get a signature, and that turns into money. And I was like, okay, I'm printing money. That's good. I'll go knock on doors. I have no problem. And that's why I said Rebecca was so good, because after 10 doors, she got a yes. It took me 125 doors slammed in my face before I got a yes. But I saw an opportunity. And this is what some people don't realize, that having a job and having an opportunity, it's absolutely so different. It's totally, it's what you do with the opportunity that makes you who you are. Opportunities are always around us. Opportunities sitting in this room right now. It's always about us if we're taking those steps to get to it.